Welcome to tonight's game between the East Leopards, Skyridge Falcons. Mark Winterton along with Jake Hatch joining me in this game tonight. Brought to you by Heidemann and Associates. What do we know about these two teams here, Jake?
Well, we got the defending 6A champions in Skyridge, and they don't really rebuild. They reload. They got a stacked roster, and East is obviously a very, very proud program. Coach Madich has built some staying power with the Leopards. This is a 6A versus 5A matchup now, with East dropping down to 5A this year after being in 6A for a number of years. Looking forward to this one. Should be a fun one.
Well, we head into the second week of the season,
so
we were able to see some of these teams be able to perform last week.
Correct.
Where does that have us sitting?
Yeah, absolutely wild game last night between East and Orem. Orem ended up winning that game 21-20 on a failed PAT. It's a tough way to lose a game if you're the Leopards, but Skyridge last week went out and won their game 26-14 over Timpview. So they've played some very, very good teams in week one, and obviously this is going to be a test for both of these teams to see how they do.
Skyridge in 6A, of course. They played Timpview 5A, one of the favorite teams in 5A, especially with Lehigh going up to 6A, right?
Yeah, so that's the thing about this is these divisions have gotten a little crossed, and that's what you've seen a lot of these 5A versus 6A matchups, because these are programs that were on the same level last year in the 6A ranks. They still want to play one another, test each other. These are the two highest classifications in the state. It's a big opportunity for both of them to go out and show something.
Our East High Leopards.
And you have to look at East playing Orem last week, and Orem moving down to 4A. Was that not a surprise?
A little bit, but at the same time, I think that they just felt like, you know what, numbers-wise, let's step back a little bit here. That's the thing about this. You have those fluctuating enrollment numbers. Orem easily could compete at the 5A level, but with their new head coach, Lance Reynolds Jr., I think they decided, you know what, let's drop down to 4A and match numbers-wise more of what we should expect to play.
So here we go, getting ready as East will receive. Skyridge is going to defend the south end zone as we've got a slight breeze. Storms moving through the valley this afternoon, but I think we're going to be pretty clear for the game here.
Looking behind us, it looks like a beautiful night. By the way, this stadium, one of the better, in terms of settings in high school football. It's my first time being here at Tally Stevens Stadium to call a game. Looking forward to it. East has got a long and obviously storied history. One of the preeminent powers historically over 100 years of football in the state. Should be a fun one tonight. Skyridge, one of the newcomers to the state, but obviously having won a state title already, they are looking to prove something.
Well, you are watching KSL Sports Rewind, brought to you by Heidemann Associates and Modern Missionary, as we get ready for kickoff here. Just going to look up who we've got back to receive for the Leopards.
Got Marcus Loescher back there, as well as, is that numbers scrunched up on the front of that jersey over there, so I'm having a hard time seeing who the return man is. Number 99, Blake Hester, kicking off here for Skyridge, and he is what I like to call a hefty kicker, but he's got a great leg on him.
Kicking off for the Falcons will be number 99. Back deep for the Leopards will be number 0 and
so it's
number 4.
That's number 4, Nasia Otukolo.
Otukolo, yeah.
Kick's going to land around the 2-yard line. Otukolo taking it out. He's out past the 20. Runs into some tacklers, and he bounces off. He's across the 30. Down to the 40. He's going to be pushed out of bounds about the 45-yard line.
What a move by Otukolo there on the return. Kind of a stop-start, and it actually broke him free into the open field. Great field position here for East to start their first drive. This is what they want. They want to stay ahead of the chains. This is an option-based control offense, and obviously having this outside their own 40 is a huge advantage for them.
Well, Tucker McCormick leading his team out onto the field. He'll be in the gun, under center.
Yeah, this is old Air Force flexbone option here, Mark. This is old school football here.
And he's going to keep it, and he'll get 3.
Yeah, McCormick last week, crazy stats, by the way. 11 carries for 93 yards. The more impressive number, 8 completions on 17 attempts, which is actually pretty high for this offense.
McCormick on
308 yards.
That's
on 8 completions.
Down 7.
And you want to know, my guess is, looking at the offense, these were a lot of yards after
one
the
was
catch.
an 80-yarder. Yeah, they don't mess around when they go to the pass game. They usually get after it.
That was a gift to Fonua.
Yeah, and that's Deshaun Toilolo, one of the star defensive players for Skyridge, coming off the edge there from his outside linebacker position. You got a lot of good players here calling Skyridge home, and he's obviously one of the guys that, in terms of like the next level, is going to be an absolute star. He had 4 tackles and an interception last week alone in that win over Timpview.
Loss of 3 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd and long. McCormick looking to pass. He's going to release this one. They are going to throw a flag there. You could see it.
Yeah, I got there a little bit early. Speaking to the defender.
Falls incomplete, but we have a flag down.
Number 18, Porter Logan, was in coverage there and just got there a little bit early and was kind of draped all over him. That's an easy call. It was a late flag coming out. The back judge was trying to get it out of his belt there and had a hard time getting it out.
It almost looked like, was it Baird that brought his arms down around
first down 10
Lorcher's
from the Skyridge 41.
Great field position once again, an automatic first down here.
So into Falcon territory. It's a give to Fonua, and he will stay on his feet, driving forward for about 4 yards.
Yeah, that was a hard-earned 4 yards. He about 5 different hits on that carry, but credit to him. He just kind of bounced off. Guys kept his feet churned and picked up that yardage. This is what you want to do if you're East. 3 and 4 yard chunks every down. That's exactly what they operate with this, and every so often break a big one.
Again, under center, McCormick. Fonua lined up behind him. Man in motion. It's a give to Fonua. And not a whole lot going on that one.
And there's Toilolo again, number 0 there for Skyridge. Hair flown out the back of his helmet. He's a fantastic outside linebacker, filling that gap nicely and dragging him down for a loss of 1.
That'll be 3rd and 7 here for the Leopards.
Keep on number 7 here, Junior Kafusi's there on the end, near side here. Plays kind of a slot tight end role. He's a big body, big target as well. Keep an eye on him in this passing game.
Number 7?
Number 7, correct.
McCormick in the gun. He's going to give. I think that was another give to Fonua. That was Fonua, and tackled for a loss as we are under 10 minutes here to go in the first quarter.
Ian Mariner from his defensive tackle position coming up and just driving him back. Loss of 3 yards to make it 4th and 10 here, and you're in a no man's land, so obviously you're going to go for it here. They were trying to pick up some yardage with that draw play there, just with the thought, hey, we are going to go for it on 4th there. It got blown up by Mariner and a host of other Falcon players.
So McCormick, he's got trips here to the near side. He's going to look to pass, releases. Catch is made. A nice move there. He's close to. It looks like he's got a first.
That is the man out there on the edge, David Bergstedt. Great completion there, and he drove upfield to get that first down yardage. He was behind the sticks when he caught that, but to his credit, made the moves, picked up the required yardage, and now they've got another set of downs here to work with. This is a great first drive for East, all things considered.
Beautiful move there by Bergstedt, too.
He's got moves. Last week he had 3 receptions for 64 yards. More impressively on defense, 6 tackles, 2 interceptions.
Playing both ways.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on him all night long here. Plays that slot back role. You'll see him on that near side right there.
Here we go. Bergstedt in motion. It's a give to. No, he keeps it.
That was a miscommunication on that play call. McCormick had to bite the bullet there because Fonua went the wrong way, it looked like, and there's some confusion on who was supposed to take the ball on that. This offense is all about deception, Mark. That's the thing about this. You're moving all these motions. There's all that option. And the whole idea is to confuse the defense. To Skyridge's credit so far, they have not been fooled by it. They've just had players making plays here for East so far, and obviously that pass interference earlier on this drive.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 here. Some substitution there, personnel. McCormick.
Spread look here.
Give to Fonua. Fonua around the right side. And he'll pick up about 6 yards on the play.
Great job there by Fonua carving up and getting outside. Tobin Smith bringing him down after that gain of 5. This is a very good down and distance for this East offense. 3rd and 5. It's very manageable. It fits what they're doing. And to their credit, they've gone to more of a shotgun set in downs and distance. They used to never be in shotgun. It's actually a new adjustment they've made in the last couple of years for the Leopards.
McCormick looks to pass.
There's Kafusi.
And to Kafusi. Kafusi staying on his feet, and he's got a first.
Told you, he's a big body. He's all 6'5". He's a defensive end on defense. He is a big body, a great target on those short yardage situations. And obviously pick up that first down there, and they move the chains yet again. The thing about this, Mark, we are already at 7 minutes and 11 seconds to go in this quarter. They grind this clock. This is going to be a very quick game if this is how this is going to operate.
At the Skyridge 15.
Well, and when you're facing a tough team like Skyridge,
and Skyridge can score fast.
Defensively, right, yeah. And offensively, you want to slow everything
this
down.
Is exactly what East wants to do. Yes.
McCormick under center, and it's a quick give. Give there to Otukolo.
Yeah, Otukolo there with the kind of underneath look there, picking up a gain of 1.
Number 4, Otukolo.
Otukolo.
Yeah, Otukolo, yep.
You gotta throw in the.
We got 2 Otukolos. We got Nasio, who wears the number 4, as well as Damien, who wears the number 1. So keep an eye on both of them tonight. They both play kind of that slot/wide receiver role for East.
It's all about where you put the accent.
look for the hyphens and look for the apostrophes.
Otukolo again, and he will pick up a couple. So it's going to make it about 3rd and 7 here for the Leopards.
Yeah, nice pickup there, all things considered, driving his feet forward as he got flipped around. Not Jeter Fenton, the younger brother of Jeter Fenton, who was a longtime star for Skyridge. Jackson Fenton with the tackle there.
Yeah, that was one thing I saw. His older brother played running back. And
Jeter was quite an athlete.
He's just defense.
I think Jeter signed with Southern Utah, something like that.
He signed somewhere. Yeah. McCormick to pass. Releases this one. Has wide open. Overthrows him.
McCormick just needed it. He bulleted it. He just needed just loft it. He's wide open. That's 6 staring you in the face. As a quarterback, his quarterback coach, offensive coordinator is going to be talking to him. Dude, you don't need to gun it in that situation. Just get it to the guy.
Well, and now this brings up fourth down. Yeah, you're inside the red zone. You're in field goal range, and they're gonna bring him out. Kick a field goal here. Yeah, number 99, Viana Luca.
Luca Viana.
Sorry. In to attempt the field goal.
Luca Viana.
Change of 3 points instead of 6 there.
And that looks good. And East gets on the board first.
Viana's kick is up.
We'll be back after this quick break. And we are back after East scoring on a field goal. First to strike here in the first quarter with 5:31 left to go.
Shoot up over half that quarter there, Mark. That's exactly what they want to do. Grind that clock, make this a very quick game, and obviously get points at the end of these drives. Obviously, you'd rather have that touchdown on that missed pass there from Tucker McCormick, but you will take the 3 points.
Back to receive is going to be Colby Smith and Trent Call for the Falcons. This one is going to go into the end zone.
Nice kick there by Viana. Big leg
and
there.
Kick goes into the end zone.
Excuse me. That's not Viana. Henderson. I apologize.
Skyridge will take over 1st and 10 at their own
number 36.
Taylor Anderson kicking that off there for East.
He's got the leg, and Luca has the accuracy.
Sure looks that way. All right, Jackson Stevens here, the new quarterback for Skyridge after McKay Hillstead held it down for the last 3 or 4 years for the Falcons. But Stevens, a big-body quarterback, still a great athlete.
He releases this one wide open. It's Call, and Call down the right sideline. 20, 10, touchdown Falcons.
Stutter and go, and the East defense didn't even realize that he was out there, and Call was just waltzing into the end zone.
We got a flag.
Oh, we got
back at the 27-yard line.
Ineligible man downfield.
Oh, that bails them out. Wow. Ineligible man downfield, the call on Skyridge. What a killer penalty that was, because that was just the easiest touchdown you're going to get on the first play of a game. You won't find anything easier than that for Call, and he's going to be not very happy with his offensive lineman.
You know, and Call played a lot of quarterback last year for the Falcons.
And Hillstead got banged up, yeah.
And now it's...
After the penalty, it'll bring up 1st down and 15 from their own 15.
Yes, Jackson Stevens out in the backfield. And Call gets to return back to receiver.
Yep, right back at it.
So we'll get a second try at this.
We got a delay game now. Wow.
Flag down on the field. Be a delay
so
game
two
penalty
penalties in a row here for the Falcons.
Skyridge suddenly stuck in reverse. That's going to make it 1st and 20 here.
That'll bring up 1st down and 20 from their own 10.
You're probably going to hear a little bit of that PA bleed through our mics, just as a heads up. We got mics, like the speakers right in front of us where we're perched.
Yeah, you can pretty much hear everything that they're saying. Nice pass to Call, and he's hit. Had to go up for that one.
Yeah, Teja Tate out there at cornerback coming up nicely to make sure that was broken up. Had he realized that ball was going up, he might have been able to pick that off.
2nd down, 20.
But he was coming up to separate player from ball. I get it, but in retrospect, you're going to be like, oh, I could have maybe jumped that route.
Right. So it'll be now 2nd and 20 here for the Falcons from their own 10-yard line. Stevens in the gun.
A lot of cushion there on that far side for Call, obviously, after that first play.
Sheffield in motion. And now knocking that one down is number 7.
That was Junior Kafusi.
Kafusi.
He's a big body. He plays defensive end. He had a lot of sacks and a lot of tackles for loss last year, and obviously gets his hand in that passing
20.
lane. And good thing he did, because you saw that screen developing. There were a lot of linemen out in front of Call on that play. It was developing nicely. Good job on Kafusi's part to make sure it didn't get anywhere.
And so 3rd and 20 here. And he is going to be brought down, sacked in the backfield, number 58.
Yeah, Sam Tuai with the tackle there. That's a great job by that East defense. That's a coverage sack. No receivers open downfield. Stevens with a 3-man rush getting sacked. You give all that credit to the linebackers and defensive backs for making sure everything was covered there. And obviously Tuai benefits from it.
So Call will pump this one away. It gets past the returner. Get a bounce down around the 36-yard line. And so excellent punt there by Call.
Bergstedt, man, you couldn't get much closer than that with actually touching that ball. His coaches are going to tell him, unless you're going to pick that up, you get away from that football.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Leopards after they put the first points on the board.
And so far, so good for East in this game. They're executing their game plan to perfection. Obviously, that touchdown on that very first play that got called back to that ineligible downfield, that's a big break for you. Defensively, after that, though, East, to their credit, settled in and did exactly what they needed to do. And a reset of the clock here, the play clock by the officials.
McCormick on the option and not getting much. It looks like it's going to be a loss of 1.
Yeah, McCormick too indecisive on that play, allowing both Tobin Smith as well as Toilolo to come chase him down. He needs to be more decisive on that. If you're going to give it. If you're going to keep it, get around that edge and pick up what you can. He bowed out. If you saw him, he kind of bowed out and behind the line of scrimmage. That's what allowed the Skyridge defense to come in and swarm him under.
So McCormick now going to go back to the gun here.
Keep an eye on Kafusi here.
And he looks to pass. Intended for Kafusi. Double covered.
Yeah, Toilolo there in coverage along with Tavian Edwards over the top of him. That's when it was a called slant route to Kafusi. You're going to have to adjust to that if you're East here and realize, hey, you know what? We're going to have to look somewhere else because they're looking for number 7.
That'll bring up 3rd and 11.
Now, this is the down and distance if you're East that you don't want to be in because this is not how they best operate. But McCormick's got an arm on him. He obviously proved that with 308 yards last week. But you want to be in shorter downs and distances, especially on 3rd down.
Back in the gun, Fanua in the backfield with him. He'll look to pass. And he is just crush there. Three defenders.
Back by number 5.
Toilolo, Jackson Fenton, I think Tobin Smith were all there just taking him down. He had no time. That East offensive line's got to hold up better than that on their next series, and that's obviously going to force them a punt here when it comes to, is it 4th and 21 here?
After the sack, it'll bring up 4th down, 21.
These are two defensive lines, by the way, that have very good athletes on both sides. If I was the official statistician, I'm not sure who I'd be giving that sack to because there were like 4 guys there.
So from their own 25-yard line, going to bounce around the 48-yard line. Brought down there
number 7
by Otukolo, it looked like.
Yeah, La'akea Kalama on the return there. Keep an eye on Kalama. He's a fantastic athlete. Older brother is signed with BYU after starting up at Wasatch. He moved down to Utah Valley to play for the Falcons. He's a fantastic athlete in his own right, and obviously a return man who's very, very dangerous.
Falcons will take over at their
so
own
good field position
line.
here for the Falcons on their own 44-yard line.
Correct.
And Stevens back in the gun here.
All right, we're having issues in terms of getting that play clock reset. We've had it reset twice.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's when they push that hand up. That means reset the play clock.
Stevens to pass. And I think that was intended for Burke.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. So number 26 there, Tisha Tate. That ball got deflected, and he stopped. If he drove on that ball, he could have easily picked that off. And you heard their fans below us screaming, go pick that off. He's a sophomore. He's a young kid. I get that, but you gotta realize, hey, that ball's deflected. Go get it.
That's anyone's ball at that point.
Yep.
Give there to that was Sheffield on the carry.
Yeah, good job by the East defense there. Number 21, Atunase Pulatau, coming up coming up and making the first hit there, and obviously getting him down on the ground. 3rd and 10. That's a win for this defense.
3rd down 10.
Now you got to be obviously very careful with all these wide receivers. A lot of weapons on the field here for East, but go get the quarterback once again.
Stevens to pass. Releases this one, and it's intercepted. Down the left sideline, the 40. He's going to cross back over. Otukolo across the 10. Touchdown, Leopards.
We got a flag down, though. Otukolo scores it. We'll see what the call is here. I wonder if it's a block in the back on the return. We'll see.
But there's a flag down on the field.
Back by the 28.
Great return there by Otukolo, and obviously his teammates getting out in front of him there. We'll see what the call is here. I'm assuming that's going to be on East, but we'll see.
Boy, defensively, East has shown up.
Did you see Otukolo cut and he read that pass from the get-go? Stevens tried to drive that ball in there. He's got a great arm, but you saw that beeline from Otukolo coming up on, picks it off. He's off to the races at that point. Obviously, we had to have the call on East here. Still fantastic field position. Plus side of the 50. You're going to be on the 43, it looks like here, on Skyridge.
And from this angle, it was tough to see who his intended receiver was for because there was 2 in the area.
That's the problem. There was a stop route and a little bit of a deeper, looked like almost a skinny post in a way. You don't know who that was intended for. Otukolo saw it, though. He said, you know what? I'm driving on that ball. I'm taking it. And obviously it returns. Crazy things happen on those blocks. Great return all the same. Would have been 6, obviously, but great field position for them as they try to finish out the quarter here, adding more points.
Yeah, the defense really giving the Leopards 10, the big boost here.
2 minutes to go, looks like, in the quarter here.
And we've got a different quarterback in. As this is Crosby. And Crosby's, man, he just aired that one out.
Yeah, Damian Crosby got quite an arm there on him, throwing that ball downfield after he escaped the pocket there.
Crosby pass intended for number 0, Lurcher, is incomplete.
That was intended for Lurcher, Marcus Lurcher, but wow, interesting. So Crosby getting a crack here at quarterback. Interested to see.
Everyone, the stack bar is open
in the preseason preview that Deseret News did, Coach Matic told the Deseret News he felt like he had 6 different guys who could play quarterback at a high level. He says the most quarterback depth he's ever had. So obviously giving Crosby a look here early on in the season.
And so it'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Leopards. Crosby goes under center here. Fanu and Otukolo in the backfield, and he's going to keep it. Crosby will get They're going to mark 3. They're going to give him 3 yards on that
down
one.
by number 10.
Not a bad job there by Crosby. Decisive, obviously, with that keeper there, picking up the yardage. 3rd and 7, still a little bit behind the chains, but it still gives you a chance here, because especially we saw that arm on that first down play. Kid can gun it.
So 3rd and 7 here from the Skyridge 40-yard line. And Crosby will stay in the gun there with Fonua in the backfield with him. Crosby to throw. And he'll air it out down the right sideline. Out of bounds.
Now that one, just a little too much air underneath that ball. That was intended for Damian Otukolo, but that's just too much air underneath that ball. He'll learn from that. He's a young quarterback. He's only a junior, looks like, 6-foot athlete, but that one you got to kind of rein that in as a quarterback. That's one thing you got to just practice is those touch passes down the sideline.
So that brings up 4th and 7.
And this is no man's land once again, so you're going to go for it.
Right here in Falcon territory, so East will attempt the 4th down conversion. We're at 1:09 here in the first quarter. Crosby looking to pass. Little screen pass to Fonua. Fonua's got the blocking ahead of him. Can he outrun the Falcons? He reaches for it.
Oh, that's a bad spot, I think. I think that the tackle actually drove him towards first down yardage. That's not his fault that he got dragged forward. If the defender's going to tackle him that way, that's first down yardage.
Looks like the spot is just short of a first down.
That's a tough break there for East. That should have been a first down in my opinion.
And it's hard. I mean, it's at that far side. That's a tough one to see, but
if the defender's tackling you forward, you get that forward momentum. That's not the offensive player's fault. That's the defender taking him down forward. But obviously, tough break there, and Skyridge back on offense.
And so Skyridge will take over on their own 34-yard line. Stevens in the gun. And it's a quick handoff. Sheffield. First down.
Great job there by Sheffield finding the hole and driving upfield there.
On the carry, brought down by number 23.
Ami Fafita, number 72 there, opened a great hole from his left tackle position.
45.
A nice little 11-yard pick, 16-yard pickup. What was that? 11-yard pickup.
11 yards, correct.
11 yards for Sheffield. And so far, Skyridge struggling on offense, and you have to credit the East defense. Quick pass there to Call, and Call's got a first down.
Yeah, Call's a great athlete, running just a little stop route there, and obviously got upfield after catching that ball, getting first down yards. And this is the Skyridge offense at its finest. Very methodical, not necessarily the fastest offense, but they get right back on the ball and they go right back after it.
Enough for first down.
Samuel Tawai limping off the field there at the end of that play. Stevens play action here. He releases, and it's Call again. First down.
Otukolo with a great hit from his safety position, trying to come up and separate him from that ball, but Call obviously secured the ball there. Stevens did take a hit at the end of that play as well.
At the end of the first quarter.
What a play there by Call to hang on to it.
Skyridge.
Well, at the end of one here, it is East on top, 3-0. We'll be back after this quick break. Well, we are back.
Along with the Killers.
Sports Rewind, brought to you by Heidemann Associates and Modern Missionary, if you could even hear me.
Brandon Flowers will do it for us. Here we go.
Yeah. It is loud up here on the box. Well, Skyridge offense finally getting something to click.
Grinding to life,
yeah. They are in Leopard territory. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Leopard 30-yard line.
Not sure what the delay is here. And an abrupt stop to the music.
After the little break, we'll start second quarter. Skyridge ball, 1st and 10.
I think the officials were talking to the scoreboard, the clock operator, explaining, hey, don't reset that play clock so quick, and because they've had to reset it multiple times in that first quarter. I think we are about ready to resume action. Well, where's our official? Oh, there's our white hat. There we go. Having a discussion with Coach Hem, it looked like, on that far sideline. All right, here we go.
Finally.
Yes.
Stevens in the gun. Sheffield in the little backfield with him. Man in motion. And he's going to look down the middle. It's call. Incomplete. Overthrows his man.
Pass intended.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Obviously, you've got a guy coming into your face there from East. Look like number 20. Is that number 20
Bring
there?
up second down 10.
Yeah, Jonas Sliding, who is one of their newcomers this year at linebacker, came right up the middle, right in the face of Stevens. I think it forced that throw a little bit earlier. Probably be credited in the college game with the quarterback hurry. They don't really track those at the high school level.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now here from the East 30-yard line. And it's a give to Sheffield, and Sheffield's got room to run. Following his blockers, he's going to be down inside the 15.
Yeah, great job by Sheffield there. You saw Darius Afalava, one of the more highly rated prospects for Skyridge there from his right tackle position, pulling around and opening that hole. Great job by Sheffield. Obviously, first down yardage as a result. And that's an easy 5 yards right there. I don't necessarily.
It gets the Leopards to jump.
I don't necessarily like that rule. I wish you could come back across and not have it called, but the Utah High School Association, Activities Association has not changed that rule. You come across, it's 5 yards, just like that.
I mean, to me, it's you're coming across and you're trying to draw off that offensive line.
Yeah, I just
I can't give the be all the responsibility for the offensive line to stay still.
Yes, you can. I was an offensive lineman. My coach said if you jump, it's your fault.
Play action there, and it's a pass across the middle. I believe that's to Kalama.
Yeah, it's going to be incomplete. Kalama, I think, trapped it against the ground there. He just never secured it as he went down to the ground. Let's make it 2nd and 5.
That's a tough catch, though, right there in traffic.
All kinds of traffic there, you're right. Like linebackers, defensive linemen, arms are everywhere. It's tough to track that ball coming through all that.
2nd and 5 here. Stevens gives to Sheffield, and Sheffield is going to get a couple.
Number 3 on the carry for the Falcons, brought down by number 95 for the Leopards.
Looks like they only gave him
give him 1 yard, it looked like.
1 yard on that play.
Yeah, number 95. I don't have number 95 on my roster, so that's always helpful. So number 95 for East with the tackle. Nice play by him in the back.
It's got to be one of those guys that we've got question marks by.
Probably.
Stevens looking to pass. And there is nothing. He's got a defender going to drag him down for a huge sack on the play.
Yeah,
Stevens sacked by number 50 for the Leopards, Cano.
Trying to get number 50s here. Let's see. We got Fernando Cano. That's a great name right there with the sack. He's filling in for Sam Tuai, who you saw walk off earlier limping. Tuai had the sack earlier in the first quarter from that defensive end position. And to Cano's credit, he just stayed in his lane. Stevens tried to jump, and he got him. That's a great, great job. The individual effort there by Cano, and obviously forcing the field goal attempt here.
Well, they're going to try and tie this one up. Hester to kick. It looks good, but that's a right. No, it is right. It was long enough.
It is wide right.
That's a big win there for the East defense. They can still lead it 3-0. You'll take that every single time. Holding to a field goal attempt and obviously missing the kick. That's a big, big result there for East. That's a win on defense for them.
We're back after this quick break.
Tim, you can go and brush your shoulder off.
And so with 9:57 left to go here in the second quarter, it's East back with the ball. They got to change that down marker. It is first down.
It's not fourth down. And
now
there you
they
go.
get Skyridge to jump.
Yeah, hey. What's good for one is good for all when it comes to offense. And obviously, you get those hard counts. Defensive linemen want to jump that route, but it doesn't give them a chance to do it. Number 47 there.
After the 5 yards, it'll be first down 5 for the Leopards.
So the Leopards now from their own 25 as Kafusi subs into the game here. Quick pass. But nothing going. 4 defenders there. He bounces off a couple of them, finally bringing him down. Loss of 1.
Yep.
Fanua
doing what he could. Crosby back in for the second straight possession.
Yard, bring up second down 6.
This will bring up 2nd and 6 now.
Never want that when you have 1st and 5 to end up with 2nd and 6. That's actually a really bad result, honestly.
It's not bad, right?
Coaches are going to get on you and be like, dude, don't lose yards. But, hey, you know what?
It's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. You're still ahead of the chains.
Yeah.
They'd rather be 2nd and 3, you know. But, hey.
Crosby under center. And it is a give to, I'm going to say it's Otukolo. Even though I can't see the number.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that is number 6. That is Kingston.
Number 6, Cooper on the carry.
Kingston Cooper, they're a sophomore getting the carry there. Those are the runs that are just testing the interior of that Skyridge defense, seeing what they can pick up. They picked up a yard at the end of it, so it makes it 3rd and 5 here, and obviously it's still manageable down in distance. But you want to see those are the type of runs eventually start to wear on a defense.
Crosby in the gun. He looks to pass. He's got a blitz coming, and he comes out of it. Down the field. He's got a first. Scrambling his way down to the 45-yard line. First down, Leopards.
Hey, great job by Crosby there, escaping the pocket. He had pressure in his face immediately after that snap. He's got to be a little more careful carrying that football. You saw him. He was out there kind of a loaf of bread there. If any defender sees that, they'll punch that ball out next time he does it.
But how elusive was that?
Great run. And you had that stiff arm and everything. I'm just worried about that ball. You saw that ball swinging wide right out here. His coaches are going to be like, dude, high and tight.
Falcons brought the blitz.
They did, and they got right in his face. And to his credit, he went right where that blitz came out of and picked up that first down yardage and then some.
Crosby under center. And it's a little reverse option. I think that was number 26.
Number 26, Tate on the carry for the Leopards.
Tisha Tate, who plays cornerback, getting that end around play there. Great pickup. And, oh, by the way, you see that punishment he doled out at the end of it? Pop the defender's helmet off. That's a big hit. That's a statement run right there.
Well, yeah, because now that defender's got to go off the field.
Yeah, sure. Right. It's going to make him think twice about taking you down head on once again. Those are the type of runs that get in a defender's head.
So 1st and 10 for the Leopards and into Falcon territory. Crosby under center, give to Fanua. Not going to be anything going there. Oh, trying to stay on his feet.
Yeah, he could have kept his feet there. He might have bounced it to the outside there. Give me no gain officially. But once again, Mark, these are those runs right up the gut. They may pick up 1 or 2 yards now. The whole goal is in the second, third, fourth quarter, or in the second quarter, in the second half. Those start to turn into 3 and 4 yard pickups because that defensive line gets tired of getting just battered time and time again.
7:08 left to go here in the second. So East just killing clock.
They're doing their thing. They could not have executed their game plan any better to this point.
Crosby looking to pass. He's going to be rushed. He releases this one, intended for Tate.
And he threw it left-handed. Yeah, Tate needed to realize, hey, go catch that ball. I think he was confused at who he's throwing to. But Tate's got to be a little more decisive. Like, yeah, that's my ball. Go get it. Because all things considered, under duress and switching hands to throw that ball, that's a great job by Crosby.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 10. So far, Crosby has been impressive in these 2 drives that we've seen him.
He's looked good.
He'll look to pass here. Releases, intended for Tate, and it was a great thrown ball.
That was underthrown, though. That's the problem. He short-armed it. He had the pressure in his face once again, and he short-armed it. If he gets a little more juice on that ball, Tate probably goes up and gets it. It was just that little touch being underthrown there allowed the defender to break up that pass and obviously makes it 4th down here. They will go for it once again because they're on the plus side of the 50 and too far for a field goal.
Well, and yeah, with someone right in his face, not a bad throw.
No, like I said,
Tate could have possibly gotten it. It got him in the hands.
He did a better job than I would have done at quarterback. I'll just say that.
Under 7 minutes left to play here in the first half. Crosby in the gun. Fonua lined up to the right side of him. Bad snap. Crosby picks it up. He's going to look downfield and tossing it. Almost intercepted. It was intended for
Otukolo again.
Pass intended for
Yet again, he underthrew that one. Otukolo had to end up becoming the defender. He does play defense, but he just had to play defender on that. Interception necessarily wouldn't have been the worst thing out of it. Still, it goes back to actually to the 20-yard line.
Right.
It's actually good that the defender did not come up with that because much better field position for Skyridge to start. Would have been, let's see, 22 yards in difference in field position.
Correct.
Had he come up with that. Obviously, you want to celebrate the interception, but your coach is like, no.
Do not. Bat that one down. Bat that one down. So here's Stevens in the gun. Sheffield lined up here to the right side of him. And it's a play action. And he's going to keep it. Stevens will step out of bounds, pick up a couple.
Kind of an awkward end to that run there. I'm not sure if he was trying to slide or what he was trying to do, but ended up picking up 3 yards as a result to the 45.
It'll bring up second down 7.
Stops the clock at 6:34.
Chicken and rice mac salad bowls for sale in the snack bar.
Yeah, the East has executed their game plan. The only problem is they've come up with zero. They've come up with only 3 points so far. That's the tough part about this.
And I think we've got a timeout.
South end zone.
Hey, we're back. 6:34 left to go here in the second quarter. East hanging on to the lead, 3-0. It's Falcon ball from their own 45-yard line. Is it clock issues that they keep having a problem with? I'll tell you what, it is. It's the loudspeakers here.
They do. And they keep that music bumping.
It feels like it's right in our ears.
At least they're projecting outwards. We have ones that every so often are inverted. Ooh. Make your eardrums rattle at that
I have
point.
to say, they've got a good sound system here at East High.
Small press box, though.
It
Cramped
is
quarters here. We got Austin obviously filming the game. He's kind of perched between the two of us. He's like, hey, give me some room here, guys.
Yeah, this is one of those old press boxes.
Yes.
Football has evolved into a press box almost the size of the bleachers.
All right, here we go. Yeah. And we are waiting the referee once again. What is going on
Well,
here?
I think it's the clock. It's something to do with the clock. I'm looking at all of them. Oh, White Hat. What's White Hat doing?
Where's he at?
Okay. Well, he's talking to the coaches down there. They're looking up at the press box, saying cut something.
He's talking to Coach Madich. Yeah, I've been having issues with the play clock in particular. I wonder if the scoreboard operators having issues or what.
Second down 7.
Anyways, we're going to resume action here momentarily. In theory,
We think. In
they
theory.
may be keeping it on the field now because they're having issues with it.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Kalama in motion. And it's a give to Sheffield. Sheffield will get 3 on the play. Brings up third and 4.
For the Falcons, brought down by
Yeah, not a bad pickup there for
55,
Sheffield.
Tupola.
Yeah, Tupola coming up with the tackle. Kalofiyama Tupola. That is another
It'll bring
name,
up
man.
third down
These
4.
Polynesian names tonight, man. They have some fun ones to pronunciate. Skyridge getting up to the line. Obviously getting a check from their sideline to get their play call here.
And they are running the play clock now out there on the field. The refs are keeping it. Give to Sheffield, and Sheffield's got a first.
Great job there by the backside of the offensive line. Afalava there driving forward. That was a great play call there, and obviously moving the chains once again.
Sheffield. It's enough for a first down.
And
Falcons
into
ball,
East
first and 10
territory
East,
here.
47.
Correct.
So now Skyridge going to slow things down and just run clock. See if they can get a score here before the half. 5:28 left to go, and it is caught. The defender tried to head that one off.
Number 6, McClellan, for a touchdown.
And pays the
Falcons.
price.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
McClellan
for
coming up with the
Skyridge.
touchdown there. Great play by him. Yeah, obviously, it was a high risk, high reward by the defender to try and go pick that off, but Trevor McClellan makes him pay with that touchdown. And just like that, quick strike offense, Skyridge has the lead.
Number 99 on to attempt the extra point.
And Blake Hester comes in to kick the extra point here. Call to hold. The hold is good. The extra point is also good. Hester gets
Kick is
one
up and
here.
kick is good.
5:20 left to go.
5:20 left
And
in the first
Skyridge
half.
leads
Skyridge
7 to 3. We'll be back after this quick break. And a little bit of a gamble there by East High on that defensive play. And it comes up short. Well, short on their end as Skyridge scores up 7 to 3. And so East will be returning this game, of course, right here on KSL Sports Rewind, brought to you by Modern Missionary, along with Heidemann and Associates. I'm Mark Winterton, and this is and Jay Catch also joining me.
Hi, everybody.
Number 99 to kick off for the Falcons, back deep. Number 0 and number 4.
So Hester to kick it.
Lorsher and Otukolo on the return here.
That's Lurcher. Lurcher across the 20. And he's brought down. Number 33, Sam Pullman on the tackle.
Yeah, Pullman with a great tackle there. Is that Lorsher that ended up down on the ground injured? That's unfortunate if that's him down. Unfortunate. Had a full head of steam and getting ripped down like that. Tough scene, and obviously we'll take a break here as they deal with that out on the field.
And we are back. Fanua did come off.
It was not Lorsher who was down. It was Fanua. Helmet came off, and they had a towel up against his head. Look like he might have been bleeding from a hit. And now they obviously got to make sure all the blood on the field's dealt with.
Did they really? Like, is there... I would think that would just soak into the turf.
Still got protocols with that stuff. They are.
Is that really protocol?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pick up the.
It's just the you see in the NBA and all that type of stuff, but they obviously have their protocols they got to follow. A couple of scores to note for you. Let's keep you updated real quick.
That must have been quite a bit of blood.
Yeah, it must have been
because it wasn't coming from his nose.
It's coming from his head. They had the towel up around his temple area, which is obviously of a concern because you want to worry about concussion, that type of stuff.
Well, and they're going to cart him off.
Yeah, they're going to make sure he's okay. Let's run down some scores real quick, shall we, Mark, while we wait?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So we got Crimson Cliffs taking on Bingham 10-10 in that one. Mountain Ridge Dixie 14 all. American Fork leading Orem 14-6. Our game obviously East Skyridge leading 7-3. Lone Peak and Tiffville, big game. Lone Peak up 14-7 on the T-Bird. The T-Birds leading. Lone Peak, the Knights leading the T-Birds. Apologies for that gaffe. Springville, Bonneville tied 0-0 in that one. Northridge up 7-3 on Layton. Cedar Valley and Jordan, who we had last week, the Jordan Beat Diggers, 14 all in that game. Skyview up 21-14 on Wasatch as get ready to resume action here at Tally Stevens Field.
So it is first and 10 here for the Leopards. 5:12 left to go. Low snap. McCormick back in at quarterback. Pass to Otukolo. Good for about 5.
McCormick back
5
in
yards.
for quarterback for the Leopards. Pass complete to number 4, Otukolo.
That's a good pickup there on first down, obviously, for East. They'll take that every time.
And if I could just pronounce the names correctly here.
We got
Jake.
you, bud.
I feel like that's like the gringo in me.
Hey.
The accent is all wrong. McCormick in the gun. On 2nd and 4 here. Now pressure him out of the pocket. A throw across his body. Otukolo with the catch.
Yeah, I got to give Otukolo credit for bringing that ball in. It's going to be no gain officially. That was quite a catch. That pass is way out in front there. You got to give this Skyridge defensive line, they're getting pressure almost immediately every time that ball is snapped on these passing downs.
Yeah, neither quarterback has had a whole lot of time back there in the pocket.
Yeah,
they have to create
the most time
their own.
Stevens had was that last drive when they just scored.
McCormick, or which defense are you talking about?
I'm talking about Skyridge.
And it looks like East wants a
Timeout.
timeout. We'll take one as
East.
well. All right, we're back. It's going to be 3rd and 5 here. McCormick to throw. And he lost this one up. Oh, caught. Was he in? He was out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. Wow.
What a catch there.
Great effort there by Tate.
That was
Tate.
Ruled out of bounds.
Man, that was close. He tried to toe tap it, but he just couldn't get the feet down in bounds.
That was a beautiful catch.
Yep.
Back to punt for the Leopards will be Otukolo.
It was almost like a no-look catch, too.
Well, it was
He just put his
developing.
hands up there like the Sandlot.
They wanted to get him out of the backfield, obviously, on that wheel route, but it was great coverage by the Skyridge defense to punt it away. Otukolo on to punt, and Kalama, one of the better returners in the state, you'll see, back to return it for Skyridge in those bright orange cleats, excuse me. High kick.
And there's going to be no return there, as this one takes a nice leopard bounce
Yep,
down to about the 41-yard line.
Considering how high that kick went, that's a big break for them.
Now going back to that take catch
41, where they'll take over first and 10.
He just put his arms up,
seconds left
and
in the first half.
McCormick put it in his hands.
Yeah, I did.
And so it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Falcons. Stevens back at quarterback. And Sheffield lined up next to him. And it's play action here. He's going to go deep, and he's got a man wide open. That is number 2, Colby Smith, with the catch.
Yeah, Smith getting beyond the defense once again, and a great throw there by Stevens. Had he kept his feet, that's an easy 6 there, but he had to make sure he secured the catch first.
And you have to, the thing is a lot of the defenses they're keying in on Kalama.
After the completion,
and
it'll
call.
be 1st down at the East 14-yard line for the Falcons.
And in doing so, it's left these other receivers open.
It was a 45-yard pickup in the end there.
Throw intended for call, incomplete.
Good job there by Tate from his corner position with great coverage on that play.
Bring up 2nd down 10.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 here from the Leopard 13-yard line. And we're down to 2:49 left to go here in the second quarter. Stevens looking to pass. A little screen there to Sheffield, and Sheffield gets over the 5-yard line. Now they're going to put it right at the 5.
Number 3, Sheffield.
Samisi Mappa with a great tackle there.
Pickup of
yeah, Mappa saved a touchdown on that play with that tackle. Had he not made that shoestring tackle, that's 6.
So 3rd and a long 1. Man in motion, and it's a give to Sheffield up the middle. He's got the first and more. Touchdown, Falcons.
Great job by Sheffield, shaking off 2 defenders who wanted to bring him down, punching in. And just like that, Skyridge has a 13-3 lead, PAT pending.
Hester comes in to kick the extra point here. Call to hold.
Number 99 for the Falcons to attempt the extra point.
So 2:15 remaining here in the first half. The end of the first quarter, it was East 3-0. But now here closing in on the end of the second.
Extra point is good.
It's Skyridge 14-3. We're back after this quick break. And so 2:15 left to go here in the second quarter as Skyridge will come in to kick this off. It's going to be Hester to kick.
Red Sox 8, Yankees 3.
Lurcher and Otakolo is going to be back to receive for the Leopards.
Kicking off for Skyridge will be number 99. Back deep for the Leopards will be number 0 and number 4.
Hester's kick going to go out of the back, out of the back of the end zone pretty much.
All right. Hester had been kind of popping him up, but he just put his foot into that one and drove it deep. That was a nice kick.
Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, East will take over on their own 20-yard line.
20-yard line.
All right, you got 2-minute offense here, obviously with 2:15 to go in the half.
Reminded everyone, East High swag.
Let's see if we got McCormick or Crosby at quarterback here.
All sizes down there tonight. Hoodies, sweatshirts, T-shirts.
What do we see? McCormick the first 2 drives,
football.
and then
the next 2 is
the
Crosby.
last 2.
They switched back. Yeah.
Tonight's medical coverage is provided by Intermountain Sports Medicine and the Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, Tosh.
It is McCormick.
It's going to be McCormick here.
He's the senior, the incumbent. Obviously, you're going to trust him in the situation to engineer some offense, and you want points. That's what you need here, obviously, because you were leading, as you mentioned, 3-0. It's only you're down 14-3.
McCormick in the shotgun here. Low snap, and it gets kicked around. And I think Falcons have it.
Oh, disaster. You can't do that. That center needs to get that ball up. Obviously get kicked around, and they come up with the recovery. I couldn't see who ended up with it.
Recovered by the Falcons.
And so Falcons take over inside the red zone.
That's disastrous. You can't have that if you're East. Like that, that's an absolute killer, because suddenly you could be down 21-3 at halftime now.
Well, it is looking like it's going that way, Jake.
And that's how quickly these games can flip. You had a lot of control of this game, speaking of East, for so long, about the first half of the second quarter. And just like that, Skyridge flips a switch, and they could go up 3 scores here.
We're short a man on the field.
Yep.
And Stevens all alone in the backfield. 5 receivers here. To Kalama. Kalama makes a move. Can't quite get in. It'll be marked down at the 1-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 1.
I'm going to recommend that East never leave La'akea Kalama that open ever again.
Kalama.
He was wide open. That was an easy pitch and catch for Stevens. And like you mentioned, first and goal from the 1.
Line.
And a give to Sheffield. And Sheffield, easy work, touchdown, Skyridge.
About as easy as it comes, and that's exactly what we're going to do with the turnover. You want to turn it into 6, and that's exactly what they did. And just like that, they are now up 20-3, PAT pending.
Well, some of these PATs have been really close to being blocked.
They're taking a minute to get the kick off, and if East has anybody who can get around the edge, you might be able to block one of these.
To attempt the extra point.
So call to hold. And that one, again, real close, but it is good. And so Skyridge goes up 21-3 with 1:42 left to go here in the first half. We are back here, 1:42 left to go here in the first half. As boy, that
number 99 to kick off for the Falcons.
There wasn't a whole lot of time in between the two touchdowns.
Well, that's what happens. You turn the ball over the very first play of the next possession, and then 2 plays later, you're in the end zone. Yeah, real quick to add another touchdown onto the board there for the Falcons.
Hester's kick. That is going to find the end zone again. Lurcher fields it, but in the end zone, touchback.
Yeah, Hester's starting to put his foot into that. He was kicking into the 10-yard line there in warm-ups and throughout the first part of this game, but now he's really starting to just swing through that ball and obviously driving him into the end zone.
He's just warming up.
Yep.
He's warmed up now. 1st and 10 for the Leopards from their own 20. So I believe now it's going to be Crosby's turn, isn't it?
Yes, it is Crosby. So it looks like it's 2 series.
Two series?
Yep.
I don't know. We don't.
That's what the rotation's been. It's been 2, 2, 2, 2.
That's what we're getting at. And so Crosby looking to throw. A quick pass, complete, and that is going to be a first down. Complete over there to number 23, David Berkstead.
Crosby's pass complete to number 23, Berkstead, for a first down.
You got to be moving here. If you can't waste any time, it's a 2-minute offense. You only got 1 timeout, if I recall correctly, here for the Leopards.
Crosby looking up the play here. Oh, that looked almost. Ooh, so close. I thought maybe they were going to call a jump there.
Pass intended.
False start on one of the receivers.
Yeah. Otukolo inches away from coming up with a big catch there. Missed opportunity, obviously, there. It was actually a really well-thrown ball, it looked like, just inches too far.
So they'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Leopards.
I like Crosby's arm. He's got a very good arm.
And I like how elusive he is in the
that
backfield.
too, yes. But I'm just saying, like, he's got nice touch on that ball.
Little Steve McNair.
Nice pull from the past.
Complete there to Otukolo.
Pass complete to Otukolo.
Great tackle there by Fotu Moiai with a great tackle. Come up and just driving him in backwards. It's a great job by him on defense there. A great individual effort.
This will bring up
on the field by the Leopards.
And the Leopards are going to take a timeout. And so as we come out of this timeout, it's going to be third and 6. At least where they have the ball. The marker
it's 3rd
now
and 6.
Is correct.
They moved it, yeah.
Yeah, they had to.
I was like, that's 3rd and 5. No, they got it figured out.
They hadn't moved it. And we are sitting with 1:04 left to go here in the first half. Crosby, though, with an arm. And the kid can run. He drops back to throw. Not a whole lot of time. He airs this one out. Lurcher is the intended receiver, out of bounds.
Yeah, that one just out of bounds. Again, you got to give your receiver a chance to catch that inbounds. You can't be throwing it out of bounds there on the sideline. You got to keep it inbounds as a quarterback.
You got to kick this, right?
Yeah, you can't afford to give them another good field position, because with how good this offense is all of a sudden humming,
clicking,
that's just asking for them to pour it on.
Damian Otukolo back to kick, and Kalama to receive.
La'akea Kalama.
End over end. We'll see if Kalama picks it up. He does. Fields it about the 28, and he's across. We'll see if he's off to the races. He gets the corner across the 40.
And the punter gets him. Otukolo came up and made the tackle after all that.
Number 7, Kalama on the return.
And you know what? Great field position yet again for Skyridge.
It is going to be in Falcon territory still by 3 yards.
Skyridge has, according to the scoreboard, they still got all 3 of their timeouts and 42.6 seconds to go. They got plenty of time here to pick up at least 3, it looks like. It's a great return by Kalama, slipping that first tackle, and then just coming across the field.
Takes over at their own 47-yard line.
Stevens in the gun. He's a big quarterback.
6'5", 220 pounds, I think is what they listed him at, something like that.
Good time. Great time. And he'll just dish this one off. Number 14.
Pass complete to number 14, Burke.
That's Jack Burke.
Pick up a 4, bring up second down.
By the way, Jack Burke maybe has the best stat line from last week. 1 reception, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. That's efficiency, folks. I came in a 26-14 win over the Timpview Thunderbirds for the Falcons. He actually scored the last touchdown of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So 2nd and 7 here. 6, somewhere in that vicinity. As Stevens all alone. Quick pass. It's caught and out of bounds. That's Trevin McClellan.
Yeah, Trevin McClellan on a little quick out route and obviously pick up extra yardage after it before stepping out of bounds. They're operating well. They've only, they've burned about 10 seconds here, all told.
That's it. Just used up 10 seconds in 2 plays.
And they haven't even had to use a timeout yet. This is efficient right now. This is what you want to do in these situations. To Stevens' credit, he knows where he's going with the ball. He's decisive, and he's gunning it in there.
Stevens is going to get caught. He fumbles the ball. Luckily, big number 72.
He's sacked. Looked by
Ami
number
Fafita
9.
picks that ball up.
Matalau.
Yeah, it was
Ball comes out.
Malatau, I believe.
Recovered by Skyridge.
Matalau, excuse me. Papa Matalau. He's been very quiet in this game. He actually had a very good game last week. Have not called his name much tonight, but it was a great play by him on that strip sack. And you're right.
With
Big
the
credit
loss,
to
it'll
Ami
bring up
Fafita for
second
coming up with
21.
it. That was a big, big play there. Could have been more disastrous, obviously, had East been able to recover it.
Timeout, Skyridge. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind. Brought to you by Heidemann and Associates in Modern Missionary. 24 seconds left to go. Skyridge into East territory here.
East showing blitz. They back out of it.
Stevens brought down for a loss.
Hey, Matalau yet
Number
again
sack
from his
by
defensive
number
tackle
9,
position.
Matalau.
That's back-to-back strip sacks for him. Great, strip sacks. 2 back-to-back sacks for him. Great job from him coming from his defensive tackle position. Another timeout by Skyridge.
Third down.
14 seconds left. We're discussing whether Skyridge even has another timeout. Third down and a mile.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 23, it looks like, from our vantage point up here on the press box. Got to give credit to East defensive line, especially Matalau individually. Great back-to-back plays, forcing Stevens out of the pocket and getting the sacks. That's a big deal.
23.
And obviously 14 seconds. This is probably you just hand this off and let the clock die and go to halftime.
Well, we'll see exactly what they decide. Showing blitz, East, and they will jump. That's just a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah,
no big.
That's a quick 5 yards to pick up there. Obviously makes it 3rd and 18.
After the 5 yards, it'll bring up 3rd down, 18.
I mean, somewhere in there, yeah.
I can do math, you know. I'm educated.
Right back to it. East. They've got a lineman right there.
Matalau yet again.
Another sack.
Four plays. No, 3 plays, 3 sacks for Matalau. That's a way to improve your sack numbers in 3 successive plays. Big credit to him, and East calls a timeout.
He's not a big guy either.
No, but he's 6 foot, 260 pounds, plays with great leverage. He's got great closing speed. That's the best part about it.
Timeout, and they did have another timeout.
No, the East called the timeout. That's the thing. They credited
East
East
called
with
the
it.
timeout.
So I don't know what's going on here.
4 seconds. It's 4th down. I mean, they want a punt return.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see what happens. I'm interested in that strategy because with that much time, I just would have let the clock grind and go to halftime. But hey, I'm not coaching. I'm calling the game.
After the timeout, 5 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, Matalau, they list him. Let's see here. We got Papasea Matalau, 6 foot, 260 pounds. So he's not the biggest defensive tackle, but he gets the job done.
Number 1 call. Back deep will be number 23.
Well, he's built more
Bergstead,
like a
and number
defensive end.
26.
Yeah, he is, no doubt. But they like him, obviously, that defensive tackle spot to rush the passer from the interior.
Calls punt is going to sail down the field, and that is going to be the end of the half. So at the half, Skyridge 21, East 3.
That horn means
East starts the game. They start the game. East up 3-0 after 1.
East high 3.
Second quarter was all Skyridge.
Correct.
Well, first half over. We're back after halftime right here on KSL Sports Rewind. Mark Winterton along with Jay Catch. As this game brought to you by Heidemann Associates.
Right, welcome back for the
Modern
kickoff
Missionary.
To start the second half.
What do we expect? More
Kicking
of the same here, Jake?
Will be number
Well, here's the thing. Like, East controlled that first quarter and a good chunk of that second quarter, and then Skyridge just turned it on, punched in 21 points, making it a 21-3 our score here. The question will be, can East get enough defense and start generating some offense here and make this a game? That's the big question mark I've got.
Are you ready? Is you ready?
So, Skyridge will receive the ball to start this second half.
Whole squad ready. We came here to see Jeff. What you got? No. Not on my watch. No way. Bring what you got.
I believe that is Anderson to kick off for the Leopards.
Bring what you got.
Back deep for the Falcons will be number 1 and number 2.
Taylor Anderson's kick going to go through the back of the end zone. And so the Falcons will start on their own 20-yard line.
Skyridge will start 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Feels like this is a big series right here, Mark. Obviously, we're starting the second half here, but if, let's say, Skyridge goes down and punches in a touchdown, they put you up 4 scores. That's tough to come back with, especially with the ball control type of offense that East usually operates in.
Well, and it feels like going into halftime, the momentum was starting to switch to East with that defensive hold.
Matalau with the 3 successive sacks. There was a fantastic individual effort. And yeah, they were playing well on defense. We'll see if they can carry that in, obviously, here to the second half.
So this could be a big turning point for either team. That's Burke.
Number 14.
Burke making a nice move. First down there.
And by the way, big ups to Stevens for staying in that pocket, finding a lane to throw that ball, and Burke making the play, picking up first down yardage. That was a very, very nice play that developed out of seemingly nothing.
So first down now, moving the ball up to the 40-yard line. Nice 20-yard pickup there for Burke. Burke here, the receiver here to the near side. We got Kalama and Call to the far side. Sheffield in the backfield there with Stevens. Quick pass again to Burke, and Burke out of bounds. Good for 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6.
Burke.
East coaches were saying he was juggling that going out of bounds, but the side judge there said he did secure it before going out of bounds there. 2nd and 6 as a result.
Give to Sheffield. Sheffield off tackle to the left side. Going to be a loss of 1.
Matalau yet again. Yeah, Matalau making that tackle for loss in the backfield there from his defensive tackle spot. He's all of a sudden shown up in the last couple of series. He's very quiet earlier on in this game, but very good to see him starting to show up here. And obviously, 3rd and 7, it's a pretty decent down and distance for this East defense. Hopefully get a stop and force a punt.
Stevens all alone in the backfield.
Good job there by East. The defensive line not jumping there. Would have been very easy with that clap to jump. Try and get a jump on the snap.
Stevens looking to pass. And Kalama with that amazing one-handed catch.
And we got a flag after the play. I wonder if that's going to be a personal foul. But what an incredible catch there by Kalama. One hand secures it against his body as he's getting whipped around from that hit. Incredible
You could
effort.
hear the hit from up
you
here.
could, yeah. So I wonder if it might have been helmet to helmet. They're going to tack on yardage here. It looks like they are.
I think he led with his helmet into his pads, right?
So that's 15 yards tacked on to the end of that. So an incredible play and extra damage with the penalty call as well.
Amazing.
Wow.
Athleticism to hang on to that ball.
Great job there by Kalama. I got to give him mad props. That's one of the best first down yardage catches you'll see at the high school level.
First down, Skyridge at the Leopard 32.
Down to 10 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, and Stevens gives to Sheffield. Sheffield following his blockers upfield. He'll pick up 5, maybe 6 yards on that play.
Great job by Sheffield, being very patient, letting that play develop and finding that hole, getting the crease up in the middle of that defensive line and punching it forward for pick up a 6 there, making it 2nd and 4. They're going to go quick here.
Kalama in motion, and it's another give to Sheffield. Left side, he's going to get the first.
Yeah, good job by Sheffield. He's just trying to find a gap there and just kept bouncing outside until he ultimately picked up about 6 there to move the chains. And this is a very efficient drive right now for Skyridge. This is exactly how they wanted to come out here in the start of the second half, really show something, and so far they are.
1st and 10 on the Leopard 20-yard line.
Stevens to pass. Across the middle, intended for Kalama. Overthrows his man as he is hit.
Ball number 7 is incomplete.
Yeah, Matalau came through and got to him right as he released that ball, it looked like. Is that Matalau?
Yes.
Yeah, it is Matalau. He was almost there, but
2nd down, 10.
forced that hurried pass to get out of there quick.
So they did figure out the play clock on
Oh, we do have
halftime.
it. Yes, we do have it rolling.
Yeah, I saw the official up here talking to the operator.
There's 5 yards. East has got to stay more disciplined. That clap. I know you want to jump the count if you can, but you got to understand you got to stay set.
Yeah, being up a 2nd and 5 and puts them down inside the red zone. 15-yard line here. 9:16 left to go in the third. And Stevens again to pass. Little screen pass there to Sheffield, and Sheffield walks in. Touchdown, Falcons.
Incredible play design there by Skyridge, kind of a reverse screen in a way. And to credit Stevens, who ended up on the ground afterwards, he finds his guy, and Sheffield just found nothing but green grass in front of him, puts it in for 6, and just like that, it's 27-3.
Stevens taking a lot of hits here.
He's taking some abuse,
The last 2 drives, it seems like, or the last 3.
Unfortunately for East, he's gotten the ball out too quick for them to do much other than that.
Hester to kick here. Call to hold. And they will add on another one, making it 28-3.
Extra point is good.
East about to return, or receive the ball here. It's going to be Lurcher and Otakolo back to receive. Hester to kick. East, they've got to do something right here. Who's going to be quarterback in here in the second half? That's the question. I think it's still Crosby's turn if we're looking at the...
It's been 2 drives for each of those guys so far, so if it's going to hold, that would be Crosby. We'll see, though.
Number 99 to kick off for the Falcons.
Crosby had the last drive, I think, of the first half.
Yep.
And so he'll get one more here if the pattern continues, as this is Lurcher bringing it out across the 20. He's across the 30, weaving his way down to the 36, maybe 37. They're going to mark it a 36-yard line.
Return for the Leopards.
Great return there by Lurcher. Unfortunately, his teammate got in his way. He had a full head of steam, and his teammate just kind of stepped right into the lane he was trying to hit there, the gap he was trying to hit. Fortunately, slowed him up, but still a solid return out to the 36.
Yeah, he's got great top speed, but when you can't maintain that top speed, you have to slow down
teammate
constantly.
Gets in your way. It's like, dude, move!
And so it is McCormick. McCormick out under center. And a give up the middle. Otakolo.
Otakolo breaks one more tackle, and he's right up the seam on that. That's more of what you want to see from East offense, that quick hitting, those quick hitting runs right up the gut there. They needed more of those earlier on in this game. That's a great pickup, though, making it 2nd and 3. It's exactly what you want to do. You just need to get points real quick here because you're already down 28-3.
Well, and they've got to get more physical, and like you mentioned earlier in the game, as far as you start seeing the bigger runs as they start to wear down that defense.
And you need to get a home run at some point here.
McCormick under center, and he looked for his guy. Nobody there on the option. He has to keep it himself.
To McCormick's credit, he made something out of nothing because his guy wasn't there on the dive man on that play. Ends up picking up a gain of 2. Makes it 3rd and 1. Very manageable. We got a flag down. It looks like here on the near side.
Well, that will be a first down.
Well, that's a quick way to pick up a first down. Is add 15 yards on a face mask.
Move you into Falcon territory here.
It's more. Hey, take advantage of this if you're East. You got to start. You got to start getting points real quick here. They've been shut out since that first quarter, and that was their first drive of the first quarter, getting those 3 points. First drive of the game. Otukolo there. Oh, excuse me, not Otukolo. It's number 6, Kingston Cooper. Pick up a 3 there, so solid gain, all things considered.
So 2nd and 7 here. 7:54 left to go in the third. See if East can capitalize now on this drive. Again, nobody there, and McCormick has to just turn and run.
Hey, credit to McCormick. He's got to be frustrated. His dive man's not arriving at the spot where he's expecting it. But to his credit, he's just driving forward there, picking up that yardage, makes it 3rd and 4 here. Yet again, another manageable down in distance. I got to be thinking at some point here, Mark, they're setting up for a play action of some sort to try and get something over the top.
So now it'll be 3rd and about 4 here for the Leopards from the Skyridge 34-yard line. And it's McCormick to pass. He's rolling right downfield, and it's Lurcher. Lurcher's got it. Is he in? Is he in?
He is. Touchdown.
Touchdown, East.
Great play there. I was not sure that you were going to see McCormick actually be able to get that pass off. He finds the lane, drives it downfield. Lurcher catches it, drives upfield, and you saw him tiptoe and stick that ball just inside the pylon for 6. Great drive there for East, giving themselves a little bit of hope here.
Great drive, great play there to
number 99, Viana, to
score.
Extra point.
Viana, not sure what's going on here. Oh, East is a man short.
Got to run an extra guy on there.
So they'll run him in. Bad snap. Puts it up. Does he get it? Oh, so close.
William Frederick was the holder there, number 18. Mishandled number the snap 18, there. Had to scramble around. And very nearly, by the way, got away with it. Was that
Kafusi?
Junior Kafusi almost came up with it. Fortunately, couldn't secure that. Would have been nice 2 points to have ad-libbing.
So close. And, I mean, from my view, it almost looked like he did bring it down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he ultimately couldn't come down with it.
So our score 9 for East, 28 for Skyridge, and now Skyridge will receive again.
Yeah, I was watching that play develop. I was looking at Kafusi. I'm like, is he going to come up with that? And unfortunately, he just couldn't secure it before he hit the turf.
Kid's got hops, though.
He does. Well, and by the way, Frederick, credit to him for not panicking in the moment. He just picked up and scrambled out and started looking for options there.
It was a great toss.
Yeah.
Did what he could.
Are you ready? Is you ready? Ready. You say you ready. Whole squad ready. Ready. Is you ready?
Back to receive.
Is you ready? Whole squad ready.
For the Falcons is number 2, Colby Smith, and number 1, Trent Call.
No way. Bring what you got. I'm going to.
Anderson to kick off for the Leopards.
As Anderson will kick. Taylor Anderson's kick. It will be a touchback. almost out of bounds.
Driving
there.
that one
Like,
close to the sideline. That's what I was trying to see. I was
through
like,
the end zone for a
that
touchback.
go out of bounds. But, yeah, he gets it out for the touchback. And he's now 3 for 3 on kickoffs in this game as far as I'm aware. Well, 4 for 4, excuse me.
For touchbacks?
Touchbacks, yes.
So the Falcons will
Skyridge
take over
takes
on their
over
own
at their
20-yard line.
20-yard line. 6:46 left, third quarter.
And just saw Fanua down here. He's got his pads off. And they've got his head wrapped.
Well, he took a pretty massive shot on that kickoff, if you call it, in that first half. Came up, had a big old, what do you call it, a towel around his head, and obviously they're going to be very careful with him, concussion symptoms-wise and everything. Had a false start there on Skyridge, backing them up to make it 1st and 15 here.
Well, other than penalties, Skyridge looking pretty sharp tonight.
They have, yes.
You cut out those penalties, and this could be a lot bigger gap. As this is a give to number 23. Flag comes flying in.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold.
But Brett
Carried on
Bueller.
number 23. We got a flag down on the
Philemone
field.
Fangupo pretty much tackled the guy trying to make a tackle. The umpire was like, yeah. You can't do that one. That's an easy half the distance, it looks like. In this scenario, that can be 10 yards.
Now, is that a spot foul?
From where it happens typically and where it happened, it's going to be half the distance, I believe. So that's going to push him inside the 10 here to the 9-yard line, making it
After the flag,
21?
first and 21. Yep.
22.
21, but the PA guy said 22.
Well, 9-yard line. They need to go to the
do
30.
math.
Easy math. Stevens in the gun. That is Bueller still lined up in the backfield with him, and it's a give to Bueller. And Bueller shredding the defense there for big yardage.
2 penalties, and Bueller gains it all back and then a little extra there, making it a very, considering manageable 2nd and 9 here. 2nd and 8, excuse me.
Yeah, about a 13-yard pickup there.
Bueller, the backup running back.
As we go under 6 minutes left to go here in the third. Stevens all alone in the backfield. And it's intended for Bueller. Can't haul it in. It's going to make it 3rd and 8.
Forward, number 23 is incomplete.
That was a bullet there for Stevens. He fired that ball out there, and Bueller unfortunately just couldn't secure it. Well, an opportunity here for East. They get a stop here. This is punt territory, and obviously get the ball back. After getting that touchdown on that last drive, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself offensively, and obviously you want to get some momentum. Big stop here would go a long way towards doing that.
Stevens, play action. Slips out of the pocket.
Oh, escapes 2 sack attempts.
And downfield, it's caught. That's Trevin McClellan. And he will score.
Wow, what a play by Stevens. Jackson Stevens escaping. 2 guys trying to get a sack on him. Gets out of the pocket and just lofts one down. Phil McClellan does the rest. And just like that, they added another 6 for the Falcons. What a play.
Well, coming out of that sack, because there was a couple of guys that got
Junior
their hands on
Kafusi
him.
thought he had it on his shoulder pad. The other guy coming off the other edge, I couldn't see what the number was. Tried to get him low. He escapes both of those, and then he just goes out and lofts one down there, showing off his arm talent as a quarterback.
Well, and then McClellan doing the running afterwards.
Correct.
Because that defender
trying to square him up.
Came back, and McClellan just bobbing and weaving into the end zone.
No good.
The extra point is no good, and so 34-9. We're back after
35 left in the third quarter. Skyridge 34, East.
You're watching KSL Sports Rewind. Brought to you by Heidemann Associates and Modern Missionary. 5:35 left to go here in the third quarter as we've got a different kicker here.
Oh, we do have a different kicker.
Lurcher and Otukolo will be back to receive. I'm waiting to try and get this number here. That's number 18.
Back deep for the Leopards will be Lurcher and Otukolo.
Porter Logan. Is that 18 or 78?
I think that's 78, but I'm not 100% certain. The sheen on the numbers is giving me trouble.
I mean, I did bring up some binoculars. I should use them, right? Ethan Herfel. That is Ethan Herfel. That is. And that one is going to go into the back of the end zone. Almost out of bounds.
Yeah.
England goes out of the end zone for a touchback.
So a touchback there. Not quite the leg that Hester has.
Yeah, interesting decision to switch kickers on that, but hey, he gets it out of the end zone. It's exactly what you wanted him to do in the end.
It's all about giving him the experience there, Jake.
True. That's very, very good point.
East will take over on their own 20-yard line with 5:35 left to go here in the third. At quarterbacking, it's going to be McCormick.
McCormick back in at quarterback for the Leopards, 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Maybe Crosby's situation has changed where they decided they're going to go with McCormick the rest of the way.
I don't know. You know, I've been more impressed with Crosby. Otukolo on the run there. He'll pick up 7.
Otukolo on the carry for the Leopards.
Solid pickup there on first down. Yeah, the tough part about East in games like this, Mark, is you get down big like they are, they just don't have that quick strike capability to get themselves right back into it. They very much rely on ball control. That's one just kind of it's a tough thing.
Well, maybe that's why I actually like Crosby, is because I feel like Crosby has the ability to make the big plays.
He shows that arm, that ability to get downfield, you're right, and the scramble ability too.
Scramble. You know, then this is similar to last year when we did a lot of American Fort games last year, and they had a 3
champion Edwards,
they had 3 guys that could play.
Correct.
And I think it's Story now as the quarterback.
Yep.
He was the kind of the third string guy there.
And he was the third guy that came into games that we were calling, and all of a sudden, he actually proved to be very effective. He was the junior, Champion Edwards, and I remember the other quarterback's name off the top of my head. Both were seniors. Now Story gets the chance to be the guy for the Cavemen.
McCormick under center. That's to Otukolo, and he will get 5 on the play.
Number 4.
See, the thing is, the East offense right now is running like they want to. The problem is they're down so much, you just can't. 5-yard gains do you nothing in this type of a scenario.
Yeah, the damage has been done.
Yeah.
And you killing clock is just going to make things worse.
It's kind of the glory and the bad news about what's going on in that's a score. We'll talk about that in a second here. But that's just kind of what you struggle with when the type of offense. When it works well and you're up in a game, you salt them away.
McCormick almost fell down. He pitches that to number 1, Damian Otukolo.
To number 1, Otukolo.
And first down East. Yeah, you saw something. I saw your eyes. What score did you just see?
Corner Canyon up 28-21 on number 1 ranked Bishop Gorman.
1st and 10, Skyridge 45.
Big game in state here. It's down there in Draper.
The game is here in Draper.
It's here, yeah. Bishop Gorman came north.
Bishop Gorman.
Yep. No, excuse me, they may be number 2 in the country, but still, they're very, very good. They're number 2. Okay, they're number 2 in the country.
Well, they played last year down there at
down
Bishop
in
Gorman,
Vegas, and this is a return trip.
And they beat them handedly.
And Corner Canyon, if they can pull that upset off, that'd be absolutely titanic.
McCormick under center, handoff to Otukolo, and he breaks free across the 20, the 10. Touchdown. Nobody can catch him.
Number 4.
That's what you've been needing, East. They needed a home run touchdown, and that's exactly what they got from Otukolo. He broke right up the gut, a great hole by the offensive line. Nobody in front of him. He's off to the races, punches it in, and just like that, they add another 6 to their tally.
Well, if they can add 1 here, make it 16-34. Or do you go for 2?
35 yards.
In this circumstance, I go for 2 here.
And it looks like they are going to go for 2.
East will go for 2.
Yeah, you're going to need as many points as you can garner, obviously, if you want to pull off any hope of a comeback here. Getting 2 gets you back closer into this game versus being down 16 gets you to 15, if my math is correct.
McCormick rolling right. He's chased. Pass is in. Is it complete? It is good. And the 2-point conversion's good.
To Lurcher for the 2-point conversion.
34-17 is our score. We're back after this quick break. Continue. Yes, it's 3:01 left to go here in the third quarter. East trying to make a game of it with that score. Down by 17 points here against Skyridge. As Anderson will kick off to the Falcons.
Are you ready? Is you ready?
Smith and Call back to receive for the Falcons. But they are not going to get a chance as this one into the end zone. Touchback. And Skyridge will have it at their own 20, 1st and 10 here.
Anderson's kick goes out of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, just looking at that score, Corner Canyon up 28-21 in this one. Isaac Wilson's got 2 touchdown passes in that game. Take care getting one of those. He's brought it in. So, hey, they're battling. It just went to halftime. So, Corner Canyon holds a halftime lead.
28-21 at half. That is a high score in half for between 2 teams like that. And they're holding. Did you say they're holding Care to?
Yeah, Care has
Not a whole
1
lot.
touchdown. Yeah.
Give to Sheffield. Sheffield following his blockers for maybe 3 yards on that play.
Sheffield on the carry.
Yeah, you're going to start to see a steady dose of Sheffield, it feels like, here as they try and salt this game away as much as possible. Speaking of Skyridge, great job by Junior Kafusi there holding up and run support as a defensive end and ultimately bringing the ball carrier down.
Down 7.
And here you go. You're going to grind some clock here if you're Skyridge. Have them check with the sideline once or twice.
We're down to about 2 minutes left to go in the third. Jackson again, play action and meant for, or pass intended for Burke.
Pass intended for number 14 is incomplete.
Yeah, that was an RPO action for Stevens. He was supposed to just pull it and gun it in there. Unfortunately, too much mustard on that one for Burke to come up with.
So that brings up 3rd and 7. As Stevens going to make the audible here. And now we got a timeout. Falcons. Skyridge with a 17-point lead here in the third quarter.
After the time up.
2:19 remaining here in the third.
Third quarter underway down there at Corner Canyon.
Stevens, play action. He'll scramble out. Race down. He does release it to Sheffield, and it's Sheffield. First down.
Wow.
Falcons.
Stevens looking like Houdini back there, just scrambling around. And then, to Sheffield's credit, sneaks out of the backfield. He just kind of lofts into him, and Sheffield gets his hands underneath it. What a play.
Had Sheffield been able to keep his feet on that.
Yeah. Just a little too far in
Big
front
yardage.
of him. But, yeah, had he been able to do that, you're right.
Now all alone in the backfield. Stevens. Quick pass there to... That's
McClellan.
Pass complete to
McClellan,
number 6,
right.
McClellan for another Falcon first down.
Skyridge moving the chains here.
And if you're
140.
East, this is what you needed to avoid.
Down to 135 here in the third quarter. He's going to air this one out to Burke. Burke Can't get his hands on it. Just overthrown a little bit.
About a yard too long on the throw, and Burke, I'm not sure he actually was tracking it all that well either, because it seemed like he ran underneath it, like in terms of not tracking it well.
Almost like he slowed down just there.
Correct.
For a minute,
Trying to find it. You're right. Maybe lost in the lights, but it was a little overthrown as well. Big opportunity there. That would have been what I feel like would have been an absolute dagger.
Yeah, it's almost from here on out. East has to make some stops, put some points on the board.
They needed a 3 and out ideally in this scenario.
McClellan in motion, and it's a little forward pitch to him, and huge tackle there. Lurcher with the tackle for the loss.
Dude, Lurcher, what a play that was. Had he not made that tackle, you'd probably see McClellan picking up 5-6 yards at minimum on that play. Great job by Lurcher taking his feet out from underneath him.
The play, it'll bring up 3rd down, 12.
All right, East needs to get the punt here.
Under 1 minute left to play here in the 3rd quarter.
If Skyridge plays this right, they probably get to the 4th quarter before kicking it away.
Kalama in motion. And Stevens to pass. Across the middle. Intended for McClellan. It's dropped.
Oh, McClellan had 1st down yardage easy there. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
So that stops the clock and brings up 4th down, and Skyridge will punt this one away.
So a win for the East defense there.
For the Falcons. Back deep for the Leopards will be number 1, Otukolo.
Otukolo going to get away from this as it'll roll down to the 14-yard line. Good punt there by Call.
Down at the East High 14-yard line.
Well, hey, that's what you wanted to do. If you're going to have to kick it away, you want to pin them back, and obviously it's going to make it for a long field here for East. They get a touchdown, it makes it a little more interesting, but you got to get going here pretty quick if you're the Leopards.
Call's done a great job on his punts too. It felt almost like, he finds that right spot of the field, I guess.
Yeah, Gorman just scored a touchdown on a long pass, so we're a PAT away from a tie game down in Draper.
A score here by East puts them right back into this game.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to get it pretty quick here. You can't have a 6-minute drive.
McCormick, he's in trouble. He will be brought down for a loss there, sack.
He had nowhere to go on that. There were like 3 Falcons around him almost immediately after he turned around after taking that snap, and big loss on the play.
That's going to take it to the end of the 3rd with East down by 17. Ready to start the 4th quarter here at East High School. I'm Mark Winter. Jay Katz joining me in this KSL Sports Rewind game brought to you by Heidemann Associates and Modern Missionary. East down by 17, but they've got the ball. Of course, after that loss, it's going to be 2nd and long.
Yeah, that's not what you needed on 1st down there. If you're East, you need to get some positive yards, but a big sack, pinning them way back now inside their own 10.
One thing I noticed is McCormick, this will be his 3rd possession or drive. Their drive of the 2nd half, and it's still McCormick.
Yeah, I think the Crosby experiment is probably over for the night. It looks like at least.
4th quarter.
McCormick, as far as I'm aware, last week went the entire way for East. They wanted to try Crosby out, obviously, in this matchup, and ultimately it looks like they're going to let McCormick finish this one out.
McCormick under center. And nothing going there. Immediately met. Loss of 2.
26-8 on the carry for the Leopards.
So now it is 3rd and about 20, I believe.
It was a great job there by that Skyridge defensive line, just swarming to the ball and obviously keeping it 3rd and long here. And
how many defensive guys did Skyridge graduate last year that went D1?
3rd down and 20.
I have to look at the roster, but there's a handful I can think of off the top of my head. You remember Smith Snowden, who's playing just a stone's throw away from here at Utah. You can see Rice Eccles right from where we're sitting. Tausilia Akana went to Texas. Yeah, there's multiple. And we've got a delayed game. Oh, man. From bad to worse. Oh, excuse me, timeout.
Timeout, Leopards.
So Leopards are going to take a timeout. Let's take one as well. Well, I can tell you it's a wild one here at East High School. As far as the crowd.
Student section's having fun.
That's right. 11-12 left to go on the clock. East in a big play right here. It's going to be 3rd and 20. Down by 17.
Oh, they did. They did switch Crosby out there, quarterback now.
Crosby looking to throw. Well, they need that arm. And he will get hit as he throws, and that'll bring up 4th down. I don't see any flag.
Crosby's pass.
Toy Lolo, as well as one other defender there from Skyridge, getting right in his face. Never had a chance to set his feet and throw that ball. They have to kick it away. A very disappointing series for East.
Yeah, Crosby comes in for one play.
They wanted, you're right. They wanted that arm. That's the thing he's got. That's the thing he has in McCormick. McCormick's got a decent arm. Crosby's got the ability to throw downfield. He just never got a chance to set his feet. And now this is going to be interesting. Their punter, Otukolo, feet right against the end of the end line there. Be very, very careful here. That's partially blocked, I think.
Kalama fields it about the 35-yard line, and he'll return it back to the 22.
It's great field position for Skyridge here. Probably could have put a pin in this game with a touchdown here, Mark. I know it's been kind of trending that way, but this would probably put it all but out of reach.
Yeah, East has just struggled against this Skyridge defense.
Skyridge will take over 1st and 10 at the East High.
And I would say that, I mean, to me, that was the biggest difference is Skyridge defensively have not allowed East to do a whole lot.
They've been very good, you're right.
You know, they'll get the big play here and there, but other than that, they've held them. Stevens, play action, rolling right now as he flings this one down, and it's Kalama with another one-handed grab.
Wow. Kalama is just showing it all off tonight. He goes up in the air, secures that with one hand, traps against his body, and obviously absorbs the contact as he goes to the ground there. Man, that's 2 highlight reel catches for him tonight.
He prefers the one-handed catch, Jake.
And for good reason.
For the catch, it'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
McClellan in motion, and it's a give to Sheffield. Sheffield, about a 2-yard gain, as it is 2nd and goal now from about the 8-yard line.
Yep. This is how Skyridge wants to operate. They wanted to get a play in the red zone. I would expect this is a steady diet of runs trying to take some clock. Kill some clock, excuse me.
Down to 10 minutes left to go in the game. Stevens, I don't know if he's trying to get the defense to jump there. And another RPO into the back of the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Burke.
Pass intended for number 14, Burke, is incomplete.
I believe it's Mahoro in coverage.
Tate on the coverage.
Tate on coverage, excuse me. Oh, we got a flag thrown. It wasn't a flag. It was just a toy. Sorry. It's yellow in color and went flying in the air. I'm like, that's not. It was over on the track.
It's a big moth is what it was.
Something.
Play clock down to 12 seconds here as we're under 10 minutes left to go. Kalama, touchdown.
Hey, if he's going to have that highlight reel catch, you know what? Reward him. Give him that touchdown, and he does it. Diving catch into the end zone, and that should all but do it here for the Falcons. They're looking like they're going to move to 2-0 on the season.
Well, they got a pretty good win over Timpview last week, and now East. East always a team to beat here in Utah. They've been ranked nationally in the past.
Extra point is good.
PAT is good. Brings us 41-17. We'll be back in a moment.
And so Skyridge, I think that's going to almost do it. And now at this point, it's what can we do to improve over last week type thing.
This is when you tell Carter Sheffield, Brett Bueller, you say, guys, here's your chance to rack up all those yards you've been looking for in this game. Run, let's kill this game.
But now what about East? East,
you got to go pass.
Got to fix some things.
Yeah, you can work on some things as well. But if you want to have any hope in this game, you may try and hit on a big pass play early on in this upcoming series.
Lurcher is going to field this one about the 7-yard line upfield, across the 20, 25, and he'll be brought down about the 25-yard line. 9:35 left to go here in the fourth quarter. They're going to mark it at the 26, so it'll be first and 10 for the Leopards.
Decent return there.
Where East will start first and 10.
And you're right. This is time if you want to try some things, maybe work out some kinks or something that's not been working, it's a time to do it as well. But I wouldn't be surprised at least one of these plays early on in this drive. See if you can hit on a big play and get yourself maybe just a little bit of a chance.
So it is going to be Crosby into the game. You know, you've got some speed in several of those receivers.
Mm-hmm.
As he's going to pull it up short. Pass to Bergstead. First down.
Complete to number 23, Bergstead.
Nice little out route. Easy pitch and catch there for Crosby to Bergstead. He picks up first down yardage and gets him up to the 39-yard line. Gain of 13 on the play. Update from Draper. Bishop Gorman driving here. They're on the corner Canyon 23. 4:15 and counting to go in that game, in the third quarter, excuse me. 4:13 in the third quarter.
Still tied up, though?
28-28, yes, correct.
Crosby to pass. Crosby going to have to roll as he will
and he takes
get back to the line
hit.
of scrimmage there.
He took some punishment on that one.
Crosby on the keep for the Leopards.
Pops up. He's okay.
Reminder before you leave tonight, East High swag right below the press box. Come support East High football.
Down to 9 minutes to play.
Jackets.
Taking too much time here is East. They got to get out there. They're going to have to call another timeout. Oh, wow. He got it off just in time.
As he airs this one out, Otakolo, and they will flag him for pass interference there. Oh.
Crosby's pass intended for
Otakolo's having
he's cramping
cramps.
up. His foot got stuck. He felt like trying to make that play. Make that catch, and it cramped up. Obviously, the flag's going to give him 15 yards and a first down here, pushing them into Skyridge territory.
Move it up to the 46-yard line. We're under 9 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter.
Down for pass interference on the Falcons.
I guess they stop the clock here now with the injury.
Yes, they do. It's 8:34 to go. Otakolo, he went up to make that play. Felt like he made one step and that seized up on that calf, and he went down in a heap and obviously was asking for somebody, hey, get over here and push on that cleat.
Well, it seems like you always, the first 2 weeks of play, they get a lot of more cramping.
Well, yeah, you got to get guys, obviously you got to get used to the speed and obviously just the rigors of playing. And there's also an issue just in terms of the hotter weather and the hydration factor. So this one's taking a little bit longer, so we will step aside.
And we are back here. 8:34 left to go, as it'll be 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Leopards. Crosby in the gun. He'll look to pass. In trouble. They made contact with him, and now he'll throw. Kind of an awkward thrown ball. I think it's going to be incomplete.
That one came out of his hand like a duck.
Pass intended for number 1 Otukolo is incomplete.
It almost looked like he tried to kind of rein it back in a way, and ended up just
like
causing
a shot put type almost, huh?
Well, it looked like he threw it and tried to almost grab it again, and obviously that caused the duck motion. Just came out all kinds of awkward there.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Leopards. Crosby across the middle. That is complete to number 13. That's Timmy Thau.
Crosby's pass complete to number 13.
Crosby's got a great throwing motion, just nice, compact, slings it out there, and Timmy Thau comes up with a nice catch to move the chains once again.
Enough for a 1st down.
He's not necessarily your East of old.
Correct.
Offensive style quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pocket passer, and he will scramble out. And he's got room to run. He's across the 20, down to the 15, 10, inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Leopards.
He can scoot. He's got the ability to escape that pressure, obviously, in a sack attempt, and all of a sudden he had nothing but green grass in front of him. Great pickup now, and they're inside the 10.
Great read.
Yes, absolutely.
As the pocket collapses once again for this East team.
And he felt the pressure and realized, hey, it's coming from this side. There's nobody there. They vacated that space. I'm going to go take it.
From the 7-yard line.
That's something you can work with as a coach. You say, hey, I'm glad you felt that.
7:24 left to go. 1st and goal from the 7. And Crosby's going to keep it inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. And so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2.
Read option action there by Crosby. I think it was a QB keeper all the way. Tried to drive forward, but two Skyridge defenders there to drag him down. Update, Bishop Gorman just punched in a touchdown, PAT pending to go up 35-28. 3 minutes to go there down in Draper.
Crosby looking to pass. Quick release. Knocked away. It looks like it was intended for Lurcher.
Yep, Lurcher had a chance at it, but great defense.
Lurcher is incomplete.
Trying to get the number of the cornerback out there.
Yeah, I think it was 21. 21 or is it 23?
Tavian Edwards. It's 21. Yep, Tavian Edwards. Great pass breakup for him.
6:37 left to go here in the game. Crosby goes under center. And he'll be QB sneak. Flag comes in as he's pushed back. He got a foot.
He took a big old shot there, lost his helmet. Driving forward there, he took quite a lick right at the end of that play, and there was a flag that came flying in from the umpire. I wonder what the call is going to be here.
Losing your helmet, they'll make him come out, won't
we got
they?
A face mask, personal foul, face mask. That means he actually can stay in the game. Your helmet comes off due to penalty, you can stay in the game. That's going to be a 1st down and goal.
First and goal at the 1, really.
1.5?
Yeah, goal line there, and he's just going to keep it. He's in. Touchdown, Leopards.
Great surge there by the Leopard offensive line. Obviously, just following in there. Crosby getting across the goal line for 6. Well, maybe a little too late, but something you can build upon, obviously, for East. Looks like they will go for 2 here, trying to draw a little closer.
Well, and, just from what we've seen, I like Crosby as your go-to quarterback.
He's got the ability to, as you mentioned, run the option. But at the same time, if you need those quick, straight offense, you need to be able to go and play shotgun passing offense. He's got the arm to do it. It's been nice to see that.
And the thing is, I know McCormick started last year and was their quarterback last year, but you got a guy that is leading the team better. He's got to be your starter.
Yeah, probably a little QB controversy this coming week to determine who the starter is going to be for the Leopards.
Crosby in trouble. And not a whole lot. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, that play, he had 3 guys in his face almost the second he got that ball on the snap there.
No good.
Yeah, need the offensive line to get a little more protection for him on that. And no chance on that play, really, from the start.
Brought to you by Heidemann Associates and Modern Missionary. I'm Mark Winterton. Jake Hatch join me in this game here at East High School's the Skyridge Falcons coming in here, putting 41 points up on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see, is this going to be an onside kick? 6:22 left to go.
Indeed it is. We're going to have a legal procedure on the kickoff there. Somebody got across the line before the kick.
Yep.
Back it up and try it again.
Decent onside kick.
Legal formation on the kickoff.
In fact, I'm not sure quite why Burke didn't grab it. He kind of let it go over unless he was listening to the whistles and he's just like,
maybe so.
Let it go.
They'll line up and try it all over again. Will he pop this one up versus driving it into the ground? That's the question now. Will he try a different type?
Well, you try something different. They know exactly what's coming. They're ready for it. They've seen it. And they will. Along the ground, this one's just going to go out of bounds. They'll let it go, and they're
too much juice on that one. Obviously, it's going to give them good field position and retain possession for the Skyridge Falcons. It's like Corner Canyon a little bit on the move here. Nice pass play it looked like on replay there as we check that as we have a little bit of a break. Isaac Wilson, the Utah commit at quarterback there for the Chargers.
We're watching another game.
Well, we got it up here, and might as well track that while we have a break in our action.
That's a good run there.
Yep.
So 6:22 left to go here in the fourth as Falcons offense back onto the field, and we've got a change up there in quarterback.
1st and 10, Skyridge.
And it's a give. So this is, how do you say his name? Sweden?
New quarterback in for the Falcons, be number 13.
Sweetwine.
Sweetwine.
Yep. Kalen Sweetwine.
So Sweetwine in the gun?
Excuse me, Keneal Sweetwine.
Keneal Sweetwine with Bueller at running back.
Bueller. I wonder how many times in his life he's gotten that joke.
I know. And it's Sweetwine with the keeper. He'll pick up a few more yards and bring up 3rd and about 4. And keep the clock a-running.
Number 13 on the keep. Bring up 3rd down 4.
Nice opportunity here to get Sweetwine some action. And Corner Kane just punched in a touchdown. Now just a kick away from tying this game up once again down in Draper. Oh, Isaac Wilson running it in himself. Look at that. Showing off the footwork.
Sweetwine in the gun. Call in motion. And it's a give to Buell. No, it's Sweetwine keeper on the right side. Jumps. He jumps for the first down. He's going to be close.
Number 13 on
He'll
the
be
keep
right
again.
on that line to gain, it looks like.
It is going to bring up 4th down. They're going to mark 4th down.
Out of bounds by Lurcher.
4th and 1.
Bring up 3rd down, or 4th down 1.
As we are under 5 minutes left to go. Sweetwine. They do the one clap and then they look towards the sideline.
Yeah, but it's a check. You're trying to see if you can get the defense to show their hand, and obviously then you check with your sideline for an adjustment.
East showing blitz. 4:49 left to go as they come out of this timeout. It is 4th and 1 from the Falcons' 49-yard line. Falcons getting their bench players some experience here. They have Sweetwine at quarterback. Lined up next to him in the backfield is Bueller, and it's a give to Bueller. Bueller breaks some tackles. He's got the first down. 3-yard pickup there. He just ducked under that tackle.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Young quarterback.
23.
I would imagine thinking that he's going to be the starter next year, as Jackson Stevens is a senior this year.
First and 10 at the East High, 48.
So now first down here. And Sweetwine. We're down to 4:10 to play. Little screen play there to Bueller, and Bueller's got about 7 yards on that screen.
Screen pass.
Good job by Sweetwine, letting that play develop and just tossing it over the heads of the defensive linemen and getting a nice pickup there, making it second and very manageable here.
Pick up a 7. It'll be second down, 3.
Gorman just score again. Jeez, we just got points left and right down in Draper. Bishop Gorman going up 41-35 as they kick the PAT here.
It's Bueller up the middle, and he's got room. He breaks free across the 20, down right around the 13-yard line.
Number 23 on the carry.
Bergstedt stopping a touchdown potentially from happening there with a nice tackle after the big gain for Bueller, but a nice play by Bueller breaking it right up the gut.
A whole lot of offense going on down there in Corner Canyon, isn't there?
Last team to hold the ball may win this one, it looks like. 42-35. Bishop Gorman with under a minute to go in the third
Another
quarter.
give to Bueller, and Bueller. I don't know if he's getting a whole lot on that one, maybe a yard, as we're under 3 minutes left to play here at East High School.
Got a stoppage here.
And we got an East timeout. Are we back? I'm watching this ambulance pull into the parking lot. With his lights up.
Like to remind our
roaring,
guests from Skyridge, when the game's
blaring.
over, please exit through the south end zone. Thank you.
I hope nothing serious, obviously. That's a concern. They came up here, horn and lights blaring, but now they're in the parking lot. We are about to resume action here.
So 2nd and 9 for Skyridge.
2:52 to go.
Sweetwine gives to, no, it's a keeper. Keeper around the left side. He's got blocking, and he will reach. Touchdown, Skyridge.
Great run there by Sweetwine, just pummeling forward and running over defenders on his way, and he dives across the goal line to add another touchdown to Skyridge's tally tonight. Brings it to 47-23. PAT pending here.
Who's kicking this? Number 77.
Yeah, we got all kinds of guys
and
kicking
it's blocked.
that.
Extra point is blocked.
PAT no good
that was
there.
blocked by Otakolo.
Otakolo got around the edge on that one. We were wondering if they were going to get around the edge tonight, but it took the third kicker that we've tracked in this game to do it.
And that was Foxton Doxy.
Foxton Doxy?
Foxton
Oh,
Doxy.
Foxton Doxy. Okay. Like the name, Foxton.
Foxton Doxy. Almost like Foxy Doxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do call him Foxy for.
They probably do. I bet they call him Foxy Doxy. 2:45 left to go here in this game. East getting ready to receive the kickoff. Let's see if it's old Doxy kicking off. It is not. This one going to be number 78. This is Ethan Herfel. We've seen him. A junior.
Back seat for the Leopards will be number 0 and number 4. Kicking off number 78 for the Falcons.
And this one down to the 5, but it's actually going to bounce. Lurcher not able to get a hold of it, and it's going to go through the end zone, so it'll be a touchback.
All right. Well, we got Crosby coming back out here. Yes, we do. At quarterback.
You know, Crosby's got enough time. 2:45 here left on the clock. Enough time to go down and score. Our score, of course, 47-23, and Crosby will be in the gun.
First and 10 Leopards at their own 20.
Trying to see who is in the backfield there with him.
Is that Tate? Yeah, it is Tate.
Yeah. And a catch by Tate. Nice little spin move. He's got a first out of bounds, stops the clock.
Yeah, great job there by Tija Tate. Great play by him, breaking that first tackle and picking up first down yardage there.
And I think, did they continue to run the clock
Yeah, the
there?
clock was still running, so I think we're going to adjust it here. .236 will be put back on the clock
6
here.
seconds. Yep. 6 seconds, I think, is what.
Yeah, they let the clock run after that play, despite the first down. There we go.
All right.
Got
First and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Crosby looking to pass. And again, forced out. Pass complete to Lurcher, and Lurcher close to a first down. He will. 12-yard pickup there for Lurcher.
Yeah, excuse me. Lurcher working his way up the sideline there. Nice yardage after the catch, and obviously a good job by Crosby absorbing that pressure and then getting out and finding a receiver.
You know, I don't think there's really.
For the Leopards.
I'm trying to think, but I don't think there's been a time he has not been pressured in that pocket by this Falcons defense.
Maybe
he has had to make things happen with his feet. As he will now get pushed out and actually sacked for a loss.
Great play there.
I thought maybe he would release it quickly enough to where he wouldn't necessarily feel that pressure.
But there's a flag on the field.
We got a flag down here.
And we've got a player down over on that far side, too.
On Skyridge is the call.
Another cramp over there, and Skyridge player helping out a East player. As he's cramping.
Defensive holding was the call against the Falcons, going to negate that fine play on defense and give the East Leopards a first down as they deal with the cramp out there.
Got a man down on the field, looks like cramping.
To your point, Mark, it's kind of one of the concerns you have early on in the season is guys staying hydrated and obviously just being able to play as many plays as these guys are required to in a game. We've seen some cramping issues here for East. I'm sure the coaches will be addressing that in an upcoming team meeting.
You know, I've in my older age, I've resorted to running, and I found that mustard and pickle juice helps with the cramping.
You can stomach that?
You know what? When you have been running a lot of miles and you can feel it, it's like your body wants it.
Pickle juice and mustard. Wow, what a combo.
You chug the pickle juice, and it's actually...
I've heard about it.
I don't like it. I don't like pickles.
Couple of
but when I'm feeling that, it tastes
Late in
good.
the third quarter,
Okay. It's
Bishop
like the
Gorman
body
leading Corner
wanting,
Canyon
right? Needing it.
42-35.
Mustard, another thing. I mean, you just take mustard packets and you just squeeze it right into your mouth.
Highland
And
leading
it
Cypress
works.
35-12.
I'm not kidding. Anyways, maybe a tip there for.
You
I don't know if it would work the same.
You did a trail run thing last week, right?
20.
Last week we did a. Yeah, it was a 50-mile relay.
Oh, no big deal.
I will not do the 50 miles myself. I'm not.
You're not an ultra marathoner?
Heck no. I'm.
The idea of
I'm
squeezing
not
a mustard
crazy.
packet into my mouth, man. That tough scene there.
Crosby pass. This time he releases it. Oh, beautiful pass there. Otacolo on full stride. Just can't quite get to it.
Touch too far there from Crosby. It was a great ball, though. Pretty arc on it.
Yeah, he released that immediately, too. Put it up in the air. Otacolo
Well, you saw
had to go
they
get
had
it.
6 guys coming after him again. Like, that's one thing they may need to work on in practice this week is some pass pro with this offensive line from East. I know they're used to run blocking a lot, but they do need to do some pass sets every so often.
I'll give him a little bit of time because with that arm,
second of 10.
He could really. I would like to know exactly how far he can throw the ball. What's the strength on Crosby? I'll bet he could easily throw it into the end zone from here.
Got another pause in action. I'm not sure what's going on again. Jeez.
Here we go. Where are we at? 2:16 on the clock. Crosby again pressured, and this time pass complete to Tate, the screen pass, but it was sniffed out from the beginning.
Yeah, number 25 there.
Pass complete to number 26, Tate.
Tate had no chance on
Lost 2
that.
the play. It'll bring up third down, 12.
Scanning my roster here. We're deep in the backups here for Skyridge. Trying to find who number 25 is.
Down to 140 left to go. Clock still running. And we get some encroachment by the... Yeah, offsides on the defense. That'll give them 5 yards. That'll make it a little more reasonable. Third and about 7.
Yep. We had a really, really clean game penalty-wise last week between Jordan and Timpanogos. Not so much this week, Mark.
Yeah, last week it was surprising. There wasn't a whole lot of penalties.
Because opening week, usually you expect a lot of that stuff, but did not get it. Oh, there you go. Bishop Gorman punching in another touchdown, so they go up 2 scores now on Corner Canyon. Obviously, the Chargers going on offense here again, down 14, it looks like.
Surprisingly there, Crosby had a little more time than usual. Completes this pass out to Cooper Kingston. Kingston making his way, but we got a holding call, and that one's going to come back.
Pass complete to number 6.
Unfortunate there.
About 3rd and 21.
Replay third down.
Oh, they moved the flag.
Third down 17.
3rd and about 19 here.
Just drawing this game out longer and longer with all these penalties.
It really is. Oh, they didn't. Where'd they move? They must have moved the flag a lot. They went from the spot of the ball.
It's a spot foul, but yeah, that must have, wow.
I know. I was going from the flag.
Yeah.
As Crosby again forced out. Now he'll set up. No, does not get the chance. And so, of course, that sack's going to bring up 4th and a mile. They'll punt it away here.
I'm actually surprised they didn't call a face mask on that. He got dragged down by his helmet. That's a face mask. I don't care where on the helmet they grab you. That's a face mask.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware. Coach Madich is going to let the white hat, obviously. No, he's saying, no, it wasn't around his shoulder. No, it wasn't. I saw that from all the way up here, guys.
20 seconds between the play clock and the game clock. So there'll be 20 seconds left. If they of course, snap the ball at the as the play clock goes to 0. Oh, now they're down to 25. Okay, so what are we? Oh,
we were having a discussion between
They're not
the
even
officials.
snap it. They don't need to. They're going to go for it. Crosby making a room. Oh, and he goes down, gets tackled.
And that'll end the game there.
He gets drugged down. And 5 seconds left.
Alema Croft there with the sack. So, actually, I think it'll officially be, is that a gain of 1?
Turnover on down.
Just a tackle there, it looks like, for Croft.
That's
going to do it.
Yeah, 5 seconds left. Skyridge will come down, kneel it, and they're just going to let it go. So that is the game as Skyridge comes into East and gets the pretty big win here over the Leopards.
Yeah, solid win for the Falcons, obviously defending 6A champions, off to a 2-0 start. They're doing what they expected to do, and like you mentioned, a very, very solid win against a team like East. They're not easy to beat.
No, and East starting the season 0-2.
That's going to be disappointing for the Leopards, obviously, and Coach Maddich won't be too happy about that, but hey, they'll try and bounce back next week.
Well, this is KSL Sports Rewind, brought to you by Heidemann & Associates, along with Modern Missionary, Mark Winterton, Jake Hatch. Thanks for joining us, and have a good night.